Welcome everybody to What's Up Bolts. I'm Fernando Ramirez. That sunglass Don and pill popping.
Pill popping. Whoa, 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 whoa. For now, I just started the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp defamation doc on Netflix. Don't make another one have to happen where it's Ramirez v. Ramirez, dude. Don't defame me out here.
No, it's a mint, obviously. But
You know what's
that is
funny?
Dan and Daygo.
The kids will see these in the icebreakers in my pocket. It's like, coach, is that Zinx or whatever the chewing thing is? And I'm like, dude, I'm too stupid to chew tobacco. I'd probably swallow it on accident.
Wait, my bad. I didn't hear that last part.
I said, I'm too stupid. Ah, you thought you were going to get me. You thought you were going to get me. Not this time, buddy. Not this time. You not this time, dude. We need to come up with a soundbite when I catch myself like that.
So obviously the Chargers beat the Raiders 24-17 to improve to 2-2. I know it's a little bit of shaky. I know it's shaky. People are not as confident. In the first half, the Chargers were booming. I mean, they were really moving. They scored 24 points. I think they had only held the Raiders to a touchdown. And it looked like things were gonna move in the positive direction for the Chargers. But in the second half, for some reason, the Chargers really slowed down. Aiden O'Connell was the surprise quarterback. Obviously, he was 24 of 39, 238, no touchdowns. But the guy that he really was hitting a lot was Josh Jacobs.
Out of the backfield, yep.
Yeah, 8 receptions, 81 yards. Devontae Adams really didn't hurt this team. 8 catches, 75 yards. He at the end, he was hurting them at the end.
Yeah.
But the defense, I mean, it's one thing to struggle against Kirk Cousins. It's another to struggle against Aiden O'Connell, who had never played before. So in an NFL game, so definitely a cause for concern with the defense there. But Dan, there's different avenues, and we're gonna hit all three. But I want to know where you want to start. There's the incident with a former Charger.
Oh, we can get that out of the way. We can get that out of the way right now.
Khalil Mack's 6 sacks, or the defense, or no, and the second half struggles from the offense and the struggles from the defense. Which one did you want to hit?
Yeah, we can. I want to waste as little time on this piece of garbage as I can, dude. That was absolutely unbelievable. And you know what part pisses me off the most, Frau, is that this guy survived this roster for like 3 to 4 years. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's not anything new. People should not be shocked. He's been doing this since he was a Charger. It's just, I just love.
You know, last year he cost the Raiders that game against the Rams.
Yep.
Where he had that play at the end of the game where he had that 15-yard penalty and it set up the Rams.
Since college. He's been doing this since college. Remember, he was like low-key famous and went viral for stepping on someone's head or something like that when his helmet was off. You know, he was like Ndamukong Suh, except no bite. All he is bark. He does these things when people aren't looking and stuff like that or not expecting it. And then when it comes to his on-the-field play, he's absolutely polar opposite. I just thought
Ndamukong Suh was a force.
The what?
Ndamukong Suh was a force.
Yeah, he was like, love him or hate him, even though the guy was, would take cheap shots, be dirty, he backed it up with the way he played. Like, you had to at least respect that. This guy doesn't, it's just unbelievable. Total cheap shot, total, disgusting. He probably might be suspended, who knows. But I love, number one, the way
he should be cut.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's still unbelievable to me that he's on a team, but that's besides the point. I love the way the bench responded. No one got ejected, which on the bench side, which obviously good. But my God, you could tell these guys wanted to kill him after that. And the other thing is, like, I think the part that was so crazy to me is his reaction on the sideline when he found out he was ejected. I would have respected him if he would have just been like, oh, okay, and walked off. But he, like, throws his hands up on his helmet like he didn't know what he did wrong and stuff like that. Like, dude, get out of here. That was totally late. Unbelievable. Just uncalled for. He's just so stupid, dude. Like, you give him a little bit of a late shot in the pocket depending on his release of the football. People can live with that. But you straight up try and take him out on the sideline when he stepped out, like, get out of here, dude. You're garbage.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, obviously, we all saw the rally from the players. I mean, the players really gathered there and
they wanted to kill him. Yeah, they wanted.
They all here's the
Dude, it
here's the
looked like
picture
the
that
whole roster was circling around him.
if you look right here in the picture, people who are
Yeah.
on YouTube, it's just a picture that I took from the press box. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it looks
see
like the whole
all
team
the
is there.
players. Yeah, exactly. And guys had to hold each other. They had to hold guys back and
I saw some
everything.
coaches too trying to get the players back. So
Yeah, no, you could see Max Crosby actually came up to Justin after everything that happened, and he asked him if he was okay.
oh yeah, the
So
camera caught this. He mouthed.
yeah,
That was dumb as F, dude.
yeah. Look at this. Look at this. The whole team was ready to throw down. Man, let's
Yeah.
jump them
Yeah. Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Friday.
Shout out to
So
Friday, dude.
so definitely that was pretty interesting. But Dan, let's just real quick. Um, I'm gonna go first with what Khalil Mack said after the game about the Jerry Tillery play, and then we'll go Keenan Allen, and then we'll finish it off with what Justin Herbert said, and we'll analyze what each player said. But here's Khalil Mack.
Oh, that was bullshit, man. That was bullshit. Jerry knew it too. But I like the response we got from the sideline, man. Knowing how everybody felt about that on the sideline, man. It was a good feeling. Oh, that
That's big
So
facts, dude.
you heard it from Khalil there. He said that's bullshit, and it was, and that's the way the team felt. Yeah, and I went up to almost every offensive lineman. They all said the same thing. They thought it was BS what Jerry had done, and that's not. It's not just that, Dan. But you know what? Real quick, let's go to Keenan, and then we'll talk about we'll talk about it as a whole. So this is what Keenan Allen and Dan. This is gonna fire you up, I think. Here's what Keenan had to say.
Absolutely, man. Bullshit. Bonehead play, yeah. Herbo, you know what I'm saying? He took it like a champ. My boy got heart. You know what I mean?
That's big facts. That's all the Sudden Voted has, dude. All heart. Dude's a freaking dog. And the worst part is he's a former teammate of theirs. So there's more they wanted to say, but obviously they kind of went the other route of, oh yeah, just BS.
That was Josh Palmer in the background telling him, let's not focus on him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because they all know him. They know who the guy is. Everything I probably suspected and I would tell you about 100% played out and plays out constantly. Call me Dan, Miss Bimbo, or Frown, because like I said, I just don't understand in what world he thought he was still in bounds. There's no words for it, honestly, besides what they already said.
I've told you before what Gilbert and I have seen at training camp. I won't get into it, but there's been some questionable things that Jerry Tillery did in training camp. So when he was here, so it's just a string of stuff that you've seen before, but it's not surprising. But Dan, I went up to the offensive linemen, I went up to players, and they were just not happy about what Jerry Tillery did. And the worst part is, Dan, is that it's a former teammate. I mean, this guy knows all these guys. He had been here for a while and everything. And for him to take that shot, that just meant that's what he thought of the organization. Or not the organization, but that's just his feelings towards everybody on the sideline in a sense.
Yeah.
So just not a good play by him. And it was just ugly. I mean, just not something you want to see, especially because I'm sure some of these guys were surprised that he did that, especially, like I said, being a former teammate of these guys and everything, and just wrong. I mean, it's just
especially if you
it was
notice
just a
too,
bad one.
If you notice too, what was the Raiders' response after that? One person came in, and it was just to separate people. No one came to defend Jerry. So I think that tells you maybe a lot of the type of play that it was, and then on top of that, maybe the type of teammate he is. Who knows, dude? I'm not behind there, but that's just a guess over here.
Let's go to what Justin Herbert said.
Football's an emotional game, and happened to whether it was late or whether it was before the play, we got a lot of respect for that team. Got a lot of respect for Jerry as well as a former teammate. It's an unfortunate hit, unfortunate, but I thought it was cool the way our team reacted. But it is what it is. It's football, so it's no hard feelings.
What did you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. He's going to take the high road. He's going to try and move on from it. Just say as little as possible because it is what it is on that one. They got the dub on the end of it. The dude's a dog. We've already seen that. Now with his hand and all that stuff, I'm no doctor, Frau, and I know how much you love the Twitter docs, but his finger might be broken or something if it was in a splint or whatever. So
he called it a flesh wound.
Yeah, because he's a dog. That's why. It's a flesh wound because he's a dog. Do you see the whole little contraption they put on his left hand, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that.
You know, the craziest part is, too, and this just tells you the type of competitor Justin Herbert is and everything else. On that pick, he goes to try and make the tackle and gets sandwiched by Crosby, and I think it was another defensive lineman, and just starts bouncing around like a pinball. And, I mean, that was – and it's just unfortunate. But, I mean, how many other quarterbacks wouldn't have just watched? And
my bad. I was going to say, I'm calling for it again, Dan. Justin Herbert was too much of a nice guy. He needs you. He needs you to be this for him.
The one and only undisputed heavyweight champion, not just all of WWE, but all of sports entertainment, the GOAT.
He needs you to be his
You already know if I was the wise man for Justin Herbert, the mic would be melting, my boy. I'll tell you that right now. It would be melting. It wouldn't matter what was happening. It would be melting.
I think you would have ran into the lockers or into the Raiders locker room.
Bro, I'm not going to tell you what I texted you, but you could tell
no.
I was not happy. I was not happy.
But yeah, it's going back to what we were saying. I mean, it's just a bad look overall for Jerry Tillery. But I mean, in a sense, Jerry Tillery could have just saved these guys a season. In a sense, like
because
they rallied around him, they fired him up. Now, yes, the play wasn't there in the second half. I understand that, but now these guys can go into the bye week. They can, and my bad. And Justin Herbert did call it a flesh wound, by the way. So he said he was going to wait to see what it really was. So we'll find out later what it really was. But
the lucky part, honestly, he doesn't have to travel anywhere. They were playing at home.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that was one of the probably worst parts. Did he get his ribs messed up in Kansas City? I think it was in
Kansas City.
Yeah, so that was probably the worst part, traveling like that, dude. That must have been a pain in the ass.
Exactly. So, I mean, for the Chargers, obviously, I mean, what can I say? They are gonna need go into the bye week. We'll see what happens, but yeah,
500, yeah, 500.
I mean, it's better than it's better than the way they were and everything. So definitely.
Are we going to get into it now about the game and all that? Because I want to talk a little bit about the offense real quick. I just don't understand really what is going into this decision making right now. Like, in my mind, that's 2 weeks in a row where you're making highly questionable fourth down calls. And to me, it's just so unnecessary. Like, it's so unnecessary, not only in the Viking game, because not only was a play call not right, but I just didn't think you needed it. They had no timeouts. They had to go the length of the field. You know, I would rather take those odds than giving it to them right there on the they already made the meme. Look at that.
No.
Austin. Is that what he did?
No. Yeah, those aren't middle fingers. Those are like he has his two fingers up.
Oh, I thought the middle finger was the one that was messed up.
No, the middle finger is the one that's messed up.
That's hilarious. That's what I'm saying. The Steve Austin.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's not like it's not middle fingers though.
Yeah,
so.
I know. The other one's the one.
But my bad. Sorry.
But anyway, so you have that one, and you get bailed out because of terrible decision making on the other side because they didn't spike the ball instead of trying to run a play. Now this week, fast forward this week, you make another highly questionable call. Like, I don't understand. And the thing I don't want to hear is, oh, well, we have Justin Herbert. Oh, you know, this or that. Like, it to me, it's just not any logical way are you going to run a QB sneak with your quarterback who has his left hand like super bandaged up and everything else. Like, that to me just is not the right play call, not the right decision. I think they were up by a touchdown or whatever. And against a rookie quarterback who wasn't playing well all game, like Khalil Mack had 6 sacks against them. And I don't know if 2 or 3 fumbles or how many it was, but, you know, again, that was not a very intelligent decision. And I don't know of course it all lies with the head coach, but I don't know if anyone's, you know, either telling him to go or what's happening in those decision-making moments, because someone has got to be saying, hey, dude, this is not a very good idea. And again, this week now, they make a bad decision, get stopped, and get bailed out because rookie quarterback play. And on top of that, another interception to seal the game, essentially. And even then it wasn't sealed because they had to get the first down. But I just don't know what's going on. 2 weeks of bad decision making late in games, because this is not going to win you a game against doing this type of stuff against the freaking Niners, or take your pick of the top teams. They will cash in, and you will end up losing the game. You're not going to get bailed out these 2 weeks in a row like you have.
How did the Patriots do today?
Why are you bringing up the GOAT?
Oh, sorry.
Why are you bringing up the GOAT?
Oh, no. I was just wondering. No, by the way, I did laugh at the way he looked at Khalil Mack, or at Mac Jones when he told him he was benched.
Oh,
I
dude,
thought that was hilarious.
I'm not. I know it's not a Patriots.
No.
But like,
we'll
get
like into it on
Mac
Wednesday.
Jones is so like apathetic out there, if that's the right word. Like, he just doesn't care. He's just there, and it's like, damn, dude. Like, you could tell something's brewing over there that's not good.
Yeah, no, and like I told you, like it could cost. I mean, that's the thing here too. I mean, it could cost you a job. That's what we've been talking about when it comes to the Bears. When it comes to all this other stuff, like, it can cost you a job. The Jets, it can cost you a job if you don't bench Zach Wilson. I mean, we've been talking about it, but here's the clip. But Dan, I agree with you in a sense. I agreed with the fourth down call. The only thing is, again, the play calling to me, I was a little bit I wasn't happy about the play call again, but it was supposed to be the tush push. The guys behind him didn't push.
Didn't execute.
Do you know what would have happened? Jalen Hurts, okay, let me see. Jalen Hurts is 6'1". The tush push is great.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is 6'6". They couldn't execute the tush push. The guys needed to push. If they would have pushed Herbert, he would have gotten the first down. But it's like you said, Dan, the defense keeps on bail. When the going gets tough in those last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks they didn't.
Yeah.
These last 2 weeks, it helped. J.C. Jackson, I didn't see him on the field almost, I think, at all.
I didn't see him at all.
If not,
Michael Davis struggled.
I thought Michael Davis struggled a lot. I did not like the way he was playing. There was a lot of cushion given up also on certain times where I'm like,
I didn't get that
so
either.
Much cushion. So
I didn't get that either. Especially
like
you noticed at one point, all they were trying to do for the rook was just timing routes, throwing out.
Exactly.
And they were just getting them.
Exactly. When it comes to Asante, I thought he read. Dan, I was watching Asante on that whole play because I was like, oh, I wonder what Asante's going to do in here. Because when I saw Devontae come in motion, I'm like, they're going to go there. Yeah. And just like in Super Bowl 49 when Malcolm Butler read, Asante did the exact same thing. And I know the kid's just a rookie, Aiden O'Connell, but he made the throw and Asante just picked it off. Brandon Staley told him to go down. I know that frustrated a lot of fans, but that he told him to go down and not try and go. But hey, we've all seen Marlon McCree before.
Yeah,
we've all seen that play. Like, you want him to go, you want him to go down. Yeah. So, but I was okay with the fourth down call. It's just the execution of the play was just bad, and I thought they messed that up. I think it's been 2 weeks in a row where you messed up the play calling on both. So Kellen Moore's offense missed Mike Williams today.
Yeah.
I know everybody's saying, oh, Austin Eckler's missed. Yes, Austin Eckler is missed. But Mike Williams, man, that's going to be a huge loss for these guys.
Yeah.
I didn't think Quentin Johnston did all that much. I know he had that one catch. That was a great catch.
That was it, though.
He made that grab. That was
then
it.
He
Josh
had the – oh, my bad.
Josh Palmer no, you're good. Josh Palmer just made that play at the end, the 51-yard reception, and that was basically it. Like, there was no impact from either one. And I think our good friend Dante, he told me, he's like, watch, Keenan Allen's not going to have a good game like he did last week. And I'm like, yeah, I think so too. He's like, well, I think it's because he's going to be doubled. And with no Mike Williams, they're just going to double him the whole game. And that's what it looked like happened. I know he got free on that touchdown, but the rest of the time he was doubled. So just the offense just did not look good in the second half. I think they struggled. I think the Chargers need to regroup going into the bye week, and I really do think that something needs to come of it, dude. Like, this was just it was not a good sight. I mean, you put up 24 in the first half. That was fantastic. But in the second half, it kind of looked like the offense of last year, where they would stall and they couldn't score in the second half, and they'd rely on stuff to win
Couldn't
that
sustain
game.
drives. Yep.
They couldn't sustain drives. They didn't get almost anywhere near field goal range in the second half. So just not overall, I didn't think it was a good second half by the Chargers. The defense was able to mellow. I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of people are going to give the defense a lot of flack, and they deserve it. But at the same time, in the second half, they had the ball. The Chargers kept on going 3 and out. They couldn't sustain a drive. The defense really kept them in this game, and they kept them from how do I want to put it? They kept them from losing the game, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, from coming back. Yeah, from coming back.
They were about to tie the Jesus.
Yeah, they were about to tie the game up, dude. Like,
Dan, did you see Taylor Swift when she walked into the arena and everything?
You know what's funny?
No,
I was thinking of, why am I not going to watch the Sunday night game? Like, what's the Sunday night game? Looked it up. I said, oh, that's right. That's why I'm not going to watch, because I don't want to see the Taylor Swift Bowl. I don't care. But going back to it, like, then the other thing was, I thought Quentin Johnson had a huge drop when it was that 50-50 ball. Like, but he at least got in front of it. So, you know, I thought he should have came down with it. Then I think Palmer had like 2 key drops. So off, and then I felt like it looked like in the second half, they kind of went away from the run and what was making them successful and stuff like that, like they did in the first half. But yeah,
they weren't creative.
Yeah, like you said, in the second half, they looked very Lombardi-esque, dude. Like not really able to put up points and everything else.
They weren't creative with the offense in the second half. That was their problem.
Yeah,
they weren't creative.
And this is exactly what we talked about last week. As soon as Mike went down, it's like now it's going to get a lot harder, because Mike taking away some attention from Keenan is now gone. So now if Keenan is zeroed in on, someone's going to have to step up out of these receivers, who's going to be like the freaking the bell cow or whatever when Herbert needs something, for sure, because Mike's not always going to be able to get open. And obviously I don't have the stats in front of me, but I assume there's probably a fat gap between Mike and whoever Keenan and whoever the next receiver is. I guess maybe not, since Palmer had that huge catch.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be enough, dude.
No,
like,
even Keenan had 3 for 32. And
wow, there you go. Yeah. And even like that, you know, you could tell that, like you said, Mike was missed. They couldn't really figure it out in the second half. And
I thought Darius Davis, the addition of Darius Davis.
Thank you for bringing that up.
The way they used him.
Thank you for bringing that up. That's exactly why when we talk about these things, I hate when they, you know, either draft or sign players that are potentially only special teams. Like the guy has some wheels. He's been busting his ass. It looks like he had a few positive plays. And then I felt like in the second half, we didn't see him either at all or much. And it's like, you have to use those. You have to use everybody at your disposal to give the defense different looks, because that's what you have to do. You have to find matchups you like that are to your advantage, because if you look at it, I would say kind of Keenan, Mike, and Josh are almost, or Keenan, Quentin, and Josh are sort of very similar in the type of receiver they are. They don't really have that speedster out there like I'm sure they wished, or like that deep ball threat.
I thought Khalil did a really good job today. I thought Khalil showed some juice. 6 sacks. I mean, he was one off the record.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty. Pretty good. He really was. I mean, all over the place. I think he made it into a call no fumble once or twice. Twice. And he was, and that's what the Chargers needed. I mean, with no Joey Bosa, I think Thule almost got to 8-1 or 2 times, but it was the Khalil Mack show. He loves facing the Raiders. It's incredible. I mean, I think last year he had 8.5 sacks against the Raiders in the first game. I think, let me see. I'll get to that in a second, but I just thought he was really impressive. I mean, to have 6 sacks, like, I don't care who you are, like, that's just very that's very impressive, to say the least. And especially because I know he had almost gotten there against the Titans. He had almost gotten there against
Vikings.
Against the Vikings. He had almost gone there a couple of times. But so Dan, he has 8.5. Oh no, he has 8 sacks in last year. Okay, so 8, 4. So out of his 14 sacks, 9 of them are against the Raiders.
Oh, in the 2 games? Damn.
Yeah, no, 3.
Damn. Oh, 3 games. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
but
he really does like playing the Raiders.
Yeah, he's got that one circled, just like I'm sure Kellen has that Cowboy game circled for him. He's probably going to pull out all sorts of little tricks out there for big old Mac. But
they're going to change some stuff too.
But you could tell that's why I'm saying I disagree with them going for it on 4th, because Aiden O'Connell, you could tell, had 0 pocket presence all day. He could not feel Mac. And then on top of that, I don't know what Josh McDaniel was thinking half the time, because sometimes he'd double Khalil, slow him, and that's when things were happening. And then other times he'd just leave him one-on-one, and that's when it was this guy's nightmare, dude. So that's why, like I said, they probably should have punted, but it is what it is. It's in the past. Defensively, though, you could tell Michael Davis is starting to have a pretty tough time out there. Yeah. And it's been a couple weeks in a row, so I don't know what they're going to do there, because I don't know if, he or JC Jackson is the odd man out. That to me has been like the biggest head scratcher of the season so far in the back end. Because, I mean, Alohi Gilman's going to play because Alohi Gilman's been here long enough or whatever. He's been in the scheme. Derwin out, and we had and the Chargers had some other guys out. So God only knows who's going to be up there. The Marlowe kid didn't look bad, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
He was with the Bills.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But this was another bad game for Michael Davis, in my opinion. They kind of need to figure that out, dude, because this is going to cost you in the long run. And again, they were going up against a rookie quarterback. Not a lot of pocket presence, not a lot of awareness. Struggled through the game at times. This should have been the game where you really just finally dominate as a defense, but clearly it didn't happen. The other head scratcher to me was, I don't know why they didn't try and get Josh Jacobs started early. You saw towards the end, either in the second half or towards the end of the game, they started picking it up with them, and I'm like, I don't know why they just didn't stay. You're going against.
That's exactly what I thought.
You're going against one of the worst run defenses in the league, and you're deciding to pass with a rookie quarterback. Dude, you're not doing yourself any favors over here,
Yeah, the one I think the part the Charger fans should be nervous. Max Crosby had 2 sacks on Herbert. He could have had a third.
Yeah,
if they would have counted that offsides, but he hit Herbert a couple of times pretty hard. So they need to be careful with that. But definitely an interesting game. Like we said, the bye week couldn't have come at a better time for these guys. I mean,
exactly.
They get a rest up. Herbert is hurting a little bit. There's some other guys that are hurting. Derwin James, Joey Bosa. Keenan needs to get right. All these guys need to get right. So this bye week, I know after this, it's a long season towards the end, but hey, you kind of need to rest up right now, get back, and then hopefully they can make something of it the second half. But it doesn't get any easier from here. But wow, they've been on commercial for about 2 minutes, and I've now seen 3 Travis Kelce commercials.
That's the Swift magic, I guess. I don't know.
I need to start dating Selena Gomez so you can see me
Shout
on
out.
commercials.
Hey, Selena, if you're a fan or one of your friends are, hook him up, hook my boy up. He's the freaking GOAT, dude. Don't you fret. He's a there's no one better, as I say, when they ask
I appreciate it.
about the difference between the two of us. I'm like, my brother's a saint. That's there's no other way to say it.
And you're a gentleman.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying anything bad by it. It's a redeeming quality of yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. But definitely another interesting episode, Dan. We appreciate you guys so much. Still not sure 100% if we'll do a podcast during.
Oh well, before we go, can I just jump in and say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I would just say right now, I think after this win, I know probably everybody's excited because they got another W. They're 5-5. I think what they need to preach is some humility in going into this bye week, because if you think you've arrived because you've won 2 late and stuff like that and single goal score games and everything else, you're going to get smacked against the Cowboys, because the past 2 weeks, in my mind, the performances don't beat the Cowboys when they come in. All right, I think they play them at home again, or do they go to Dallas?
No, it's at home.
Oh, well, there you go. So I don't think it's been enough. I think they really need to preach some freaking humility here.
I think these guys have played better on the road the first 2
Yeah.
games than they have at home.
Probably. Who knows, dude? They've always liked to be road warriors. By the way,
Yeah.
the freaking announcers were so annoying today, talking about how what percentage the crowd was and da 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 da. It's like, dude, I thought we were past this already. Like, come on, be better, CBS or whoever it was. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah, I totally understand. But
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you guys. We don't know yet if there will be an episode. We'll let you guys know going into the bye, just because the bye week. I mean, it's coming at a weird spot and everything. So, but we'll see if we jump on and maybe preview the next part of the season. But we'll see. Well, Mahomes just threw a pick. So we'll definitely see. Oh my God, that was a terrible pick. But definitely. I know it makes you cringe knowing that supposedly Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift have hit it off. So,
I can't stand a lot of them, dude. Like, since when?
No, okay,
this is what bothers me.
okay.
Since
We
when has
appreciate.
it been
I gotta
more
get to
about
writing. I gotta get to writing.
All right.
But we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys. Don't forget to check out everything else on Compass on the Beat Network. But again, from Dan and Daygo, for myself, thank you guys so much for checking it out. We will see you soon. And yeah, so be on the lookout if we do an episode this week. We'll let you guys know. But again, we appreciate you guys so much. Have a good one.
Be a compa, tell a compa.
Have a good start to your week. Thank you guys so much.